So I want to pull up what we talked about right at the beginning of the show, how Trump is being banned from everything. I'm surprised he hasn't had an OnlyFans account yet, or went back to Friendster or something like that.
Jerk off to the women that he pays over $100,000 to have sex with.
Yeah, in different countries and stuff like that. So I want to give another thing that's going on.
You want to talk simps?
Huh?
You know, you like we talk about dudes paying $5 a month for OnlyFans. He paid a chick like $160,000. Like,
Trump is the manliest man that's ever been a man. That's not what I heard.
But if you have to pay somebody over $150,000 to let you insert your tab A into their slot B, I don't know, man.
I mean, but that's the thing. Some people have a hustle, and some people get hustled. So,
and some people live to get hustled,
which we saw last week. So, so Trump supporters stopped MeWe, Gab, and Rumble after Parler goes offline. So, pretty much what happened here. Dr. Richards, you know more about Parler than I do. Apparently, there was this random ass shitty account that's now gone. That's why I didn't pay attention to it, because it's gone already. So, but apparently it's going to be an investigation, because whoever was on it helped organize what happened. So they're gonna.
I like how you just tried to play me like, oh, Dr. Evil, you're not as progressive as I am, so I know you know more about Parler than I do.
What? No. James has whole like archives about what's going on with like the social media of like these guys. So it's definitely I just wasn't paying attention to it, because it just felt like it's gonna be short lived, because I knew that if you're gonna have all those people in one place, like someone's gonna be saying crazy stuff and it's gonna get shut down at some point. And that's what pretty much happened. People have been saying crazy stuff and it escalated, but now they're finding other places to go to. So Trump supporters are flocking to these other platforms. So I want to introduce people. I want to figure out these new platforms. I want to check these out. So Parler got dumped off of Amazon web hosting service, which we talked about as well. That Amazon pretty much runs the internet. So if we don't like
the greatest thing,
huh?
It's not the greatest thing.
Yeah,
but they had the power to do something in this case.
They can shut down your whole operation if Amazon wanted to.
Like if you don't buy enough Amazon stuff, they'd be like, "Nah, we cutting your internet connection."
So Josh says that Pornhub is going to ban Trump next. So that's the next thing that's going to happen.
I think that's already happened, because I don't think anybody wants to watch Trump on Pornhub. Even a Trump supporter don't want to see his face when they're trying to blast off at home alone.
No, but don't you see like those fake like art of him? They have Trump as Rambo, Man Diesel, or like Trump as like the Terminator. They have this image of him looking really masculine and like.
No, that would make my dick shrivel up and then retreat into my abdomen. The fuck I want to look at that for?
So pretty much, they found these other platforms. I want to get these other platforms. This is MeWe. It's a platform called MeWe. So MeWe is the fourth most popular free app on the Apple Store. Is just pretty much shot up. So they pretty much they're saying they have a strict terms of service that includes the possibility they will alert authorities about any concerning posts. So ready to go in there. So MeWe has removed the Patriots Unleashed from the service. So
Patriots Unleashed, so that they're unleashed to go to the Capitol and take selfies
with selfie sticks and horns. So and they're
and plastic handcuffs.
So and bear pepper spray. Then you say Dr. Virginia had bear pepper spray so they can like sing Kumbaya. So so there's also like a YouTube rival platform, Rumble, which is sought as well. So all these platforms are saying that we have free speech for free speech, and they're all pretty much organizing for the next event that's going to happen next. They're
going to make sure that their cell phones are fully charged and that they have enough space on their phone to take more selfies.
Yeah, more selfies of them committing seditious crimes and like acts of terrorism, whatever's going to happen next. Dawn fire extinguishers at cops' heads. You should see the pictures. I'm not going to play these pictures. I don't want to. We are Black Power Match. We don't show black people getting murdered. We're not going to show a fire
getting murdered either.
Getting his head smashed in by a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
That shit is crazy. And then the other video of the guy getting beat up with American flags. Talk about that. A cop being beat up with American flags is this
I do want to see that woman who joined the Animaniacs though.
They pepper spray me. Like,
they push me down and mace me. Yo, we really should show that shit. I could watch that shit. I don't know. That clip is like what? Like 23, 25 seconds long. Yeah, I could probably watch that for about 10 minutes.
That's pretty good.
And she looked mad confused too.
Yeah, like we started to start a revolution.
Oh yeah, and then Blind Bat, like, yeah, for the coup de grace, her own daughter fucking narked on her too. She is not living her best life right now. That's not what's happening. Holy fuck, man! Yeah, we need to find that. We need to find that clip because it's worth.
But yeah. Dr. Eugenius, I want to. So the thing is, like what we talked about here in Black Power Magic Hour, even before that was just like the warning signs of what's going on, and then also we brought up there was stuff that happened across the country as well on that day on January 6th. So the fact that like the FBI and other federal law agencies are saying that watch out between January 17th and January 20th, it's not this out of nowhere that they're saying that. Just to look back on January 6th, because everyone was so focused on DC, other things happened in Oregon and Michigan. Michigan already had, kidnapping attempts, so foiled, all kinds of things. So I want to scroll down this list real quick that shows you kind of like California. That's the imagery we had when a black woman got beat up in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and she was just walking through. It wasn't like she was like, dragging around like or holding a BLM sign over her head. She was just like trying to walk through.
No, Washington State, they had protests, but it was just like guys holding mad guns, as you see in this picture right here, holding guns and thinking someone's going to come for their guns at some point in a baseball bat.
But you know what? If the government does come from their guns, it's going to be their own doing.
Yeah. So here's them standing outside with those guns outside of the governor's mansion. And in Oregon, there was altercations that erupted at the Capitol. So that's what happened to Trump in Oregon as well. Trump won. I know it, and you know it. I don't know it.
Trump knows it too.
So, so this is what they think is happening right now, and they have Smokey the Bear, which is socialism for some reason. And in Utah, 400 Trump supporters gathered at the Salt Lake City. This was pointed out because they it's pepper sprayed and verbally. They had pepper spray. The protesters had the pepper spray, and they harassed a photographer, which was another white man. You see here, they pepper sprayed him and attacked him.
Was he inducted into the Animaniacs group after that?
And then what makes this interesting, it was considered a peaceful protest. The wording of this is so weird to me. It was a peaceful protest, even though we're watching a picture of someone.
He just looks like somebody working hard on a hot day.
This business. This peaceful
That's
protest.
where my head is at right now. Just like, that's what that looks like.
Yeah, so and then in Michigan, we had 700 to 800 people come to the lawn of the Capitol with Stop the Steal, bringing rifles. The election numbers are phony as the COVID numbers.
Blind Bat says that the guy with his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk, his ex-wife turned him in. People getting narked on hard.
It feels like a scene from Goodfellas. It really does feel like that. It's crazy. Everyone's getting turned in.
The narking. Anyway, you were saying Mr. Rhodes.
That's what's going on. So here's a guy carrying a big ass gun, and a walkie-talkie for some reason.
Yeah, he's talking to his imaginary friend.
He's talking to his imaginary friends. I'm gonna bring big ass guns and walkie-talkies to a protest. We're here to be peaceful. So
his walkie-talkies were made by Tyco. They came in the toy section at Target, two for $24.99.
That's what I heard. I heard the rifle was kind of like a Nerf gun, from Halo cosplay or something like that.
Well, yeah, but as soon as he pointed at an officer, he
and then So then in Georgia, they also came with long guns, and they came to the Capitol. And Georgia, I remember this happened. The Secretary of State and his staff was evacuated. So they came dressed for a peaceful protest. It looks
I
like
really thought that yellow flag was somebody in a yellow KKK outfit.
Might as well. I mean, at least they cover their face. So, so here,
look at all that impotence behind sunglasses.
Yeah, so they're here clearly for a peaceful protest to let their spirits, let their voices be heard with military body armor and walkie-talkies and big backpacks. So,
yeah, their mothers packed their Lunchables in there.
And then in Colorado, hundreds of protesters united outside of Colorado's capital, and some wore helmets and knee pads and gloves and harder knuckles.
One thing that you should know about Colorado, people are calling for one of their federal politicians to be removed from Congress altogether because they're accusing her of live tweeting the location of Nancy Pelosi when they were trying to get away from the people that broke in.
Oh, but she has a commercial where she cocks a gun and just puts it in the hoist and walks down the street like
but she was live tweeting Nancy Pelosi's location, presumably. Serious? Yeah, and they want her actually jailed and removed from Congress immediately. I don't remember her name because I don't give a fuck. She's not important to me. But there are some people in Colorado today that are ashamed that she represents them.
So, and then on the same day, January 6th, they closed those.
Wait, look at what Josh said in the chat. I heard one woman got trampled at the Capitol, was carrying a "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
I heard that happen too. I definitely heard that.
Yo,
no one helped her.
I almost died. Did I tell you that I almost died over the weekend?
Doing what?
I overdosed on irony.
Oh, what happened here with the?
Yeah, I had to be turned over on my side, so I didn't.
Did you hear about
my own vomit?
Did you hear about this before? About the lady who got like trampled with the "Don't Tread on Me" flag?
Oh no, that's why I'm laughing so hard.
Oh, because like
I think I might overdose on irony again.
It was just like
I might need medical attention.
And then the other aspect of it was the fact that like the guy right now it's not really sure if the guy tased himself in the balls. It's not really confirmed yet.
Yeah, he cheddar bobbed himself in the balls.
No, it's not confirmed.
And had a heart attack after that.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing it's not exactly he got tased himself in the balls. I hear it's a little more. It's not that.
Can you shut the fuck up?
That's the thing.
Shut the fuck up. Don't no. He tased himself in the dick. That's it. That's the story we going with. That's it. He cheddar bobbed the shit out of himself.
That he's not going to be an American mythos of a guy who was so full of hate and this misinformation that he tased himself in the balls trying to steal a painting in the Capitol. So that's the story we're gonna have for this man. So but this list, but you can see here this list goes a while. In Minnesota, there was people who were in the cosplaying like they were in 1776. The time to talk is over. This is what they said.
The time for selfies is now.
Chinese Americans love Trump. He's there.
Because he says the word China with a lot of gusto. China.
Yeah. So does India. So Arizona, remember they were like the Wuhan virus. The Wuhan flu. So that's what they were saying in that channel. That's where we can't really use the clips from that network because they were saying that back to back. Off the teleprompter.
Hey, that's what they feel like. That's where it came from. That's what call it. Why do you think I call it the American flu epidemic of 1918? Because that's where the fuck it came from.
Yeah. And then Arizona, they had a 10-hour protest on January 6th.
Can we call it the cracker flu of 1918? Can we do that?
So these are a lot of so that was just on January 6th. That was just on January 6th. Just that list of states that happened on January 6th. So mind you, everyone's really worried about what's going to happen in the next 8 days. This is how serious it is. At the same time, they realize that the politicians are pushing for this impeachment really were underneath their desk last week, hoping that people were going to like beat them up. Two people have been diagnosed with the coronavirus because they were held up in those safe rooms with people who didn't want to wear a mask. So it's a total
they're pretty
mess.
angry about it too.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm on the fence, man. I see why they want. I see why they want to impeach him. I think that he committed probably several dozen impeachable offenses in the last 4 years. But
he's done a lot of like great stuff for our country.
But I'm only annoyed
that because people are canceling meetings
because the impeachment is going to fail again. There's just a report shortly before we came on that Mike Pence is refusing to invoke the 25th Amendment. Yeah. But if you sat down face to face with Mike Pence and said, Mr. Pence, do you believe that Donald Trump is fit to be president one more moment? And if he was honest with you, if you hit him with that Wonder Woman lasso treatment, he would say, no, he's not fit. Then why wouldn't you invoke the 25th Amendment, sir? It's so obvious that he's not fit for office. He's not even fit for Twitter.